So Hobbycraft.
Back to the holy mecca of Hobbycraft and the art store. We've got to pick up a couple bits to start getting going with this, with my latest piece. So I need to pick up some tape, some spray paints. To be fair, I've never bought spray paints before, so that's actually going to be quite new. I hear they're pretty expensive, so I'm not looking forward to that. But as long as they've got all the colours, then hopefully we should be good and start cracking on with the first piece. Go and have a look. So first thing we need is frog tape. So frog tape is basically tape that means you can get a straight line. So let's try and track that down. Oh, here we go. So if you're looking for some tape to be able to paint straight lines, frog tape is definitely the best one. Oh. I used to be a big fan of like the stretch canvases, which is like the thinner versions of the canvases. They're not as deep. I kind of went off of it, but they've got loads of them.
Why do you go off of them?
Just because I didn't think they were as in, if that makes sense. Like as in the client, no client really asked for it. But like I said, I do like a sale. So, oh, what an absolute buzz! these are f***ing expensive, to be fair. Yeah, the best part, 10 quid a can. So if you need like, what, 7 or 8 cans for a painting, do you know what I mean? It's like, we're not made out of money over it. So basically, this is the concept, this is the idea. And so I'm going to be playing with some reds in there as well, some browns. So it's just working out like what colour's going to work.
How do you figure that out?
I'm figuring it out as we speak. With great difficulty. Some colours that will work together, do you know what I mean? To be fair, there's going to be a little bit of trial and error because I've never actually used spray paint before as well, so we'll just see how we get on really. Like, so this gold will go here. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just that.
So why have you chosen these colours in particular?
So I'm not quite exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but what I'm thinking is we've got this base brown that will be that kind of main colour. That kind of semi fits in with that, and then you want to work down the spectrum of colours as well to get that all in that bit. And then I'm going to go light where it says killing it here. I'm going to use the kind of this off-white colour, maybe just like flick some of this at it. Yeah, I think that's it. Basically, when you're using I can't remember what these called. When you use these types of colours, the colour's much stronger in spray paint than it is if you paint in acrylic or oil paint. So this will help when we want to start going much bolder with the colours and stuff. So this will be good practice.
See, I know you. See, I follow you.
Oh, no way.
Mr. White. You normally do oil paints. What are you doing with these?
Well, that's what I mean. I don't know what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying.
That's why you like.
Buy all of them and then see how we get on. So fingers crossed it goes alright. But I was pretty sure this is like a spray paint. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So then, do you know what I mean? Where you're working like.
Yeah. That's good.
We'll see how I get on.
Good luck. I'm looking forward to.
Hopefully we'll see the post soon.
Yeah.
See how we get on first.
Yeah, definitely. There you
Thank
go.
you so much.
Cheers.
See ya.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I said it's mad when someone recognises you. Like, I feel like it's been happening like a couple times recently, and it's like literally the best feeling. So you know you're doing something right. So fingers crossed we get more of that in 2024. For those that don't know, my studio is actually an old bank vault. I think it used to be old NatWest building. So that's the thick door. You would have seen that I've just come from Hobbycraft. So what we managed to pick up is this. So, first of all, I've got some frog tape. So this will allow you to paint kind of really straight lines, just because it's a lot stickier than your average masking tape, which means that you can like really get close to the lines, and it means that you're not getting, yeah, it will just speed up the process basically. So that's that. Most importantly though, I went there to go and find a bunch of spray paints. Now, I've not used spray paints before, but I know that you can get a much vivid, more bold colour when you use that, and also a kind of different effect, a much more softer effect, which is what I want to go for in this new painting style. So I managed to pick up some colours. I'm kind of working from a bit of a prototype, which I showed you on my phone, and these are the colours that we ended up getting. So, red, which is going to be the basis for it. And then I just got some complementary like reds to go with it. Some reds and a little brown, just to kind of all blend it together. And then, obviously, what I'm trying to do is work through the spectrum of colours sort of thing, and we'll just have like little pops of colour coming in there. So we've got an orange too, and a yellow, which I think will look nice. So I've never actually used these spray paints before, but I'm told they're the best, so we'll see how we get on. Oh, gold, this is going to be for the little emblem to kind of finish the piece off. Sorry. And then the last two we got are a nice off-white for the bottom of the painting, just to give it kind of, yeah, just to break it up a little bit basically. I didn't want the rest of the whole painting just to be white. And then I'll be flicking in just a little bit of this kind of like, is it like a creamy brown? I don't know what they call this. Montana gold. Shit, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted, but hopefully it looks a bit more brown than that. But before I can get to actually spray painting, I've just started taping off some of the painting to start working on those lines. And then once we've roughly got the lines down, then we'll add in the spray paint, and then we'll go back over those lines to get a nice, clean, crisp finish. I think that like when trying a new style, like I've had a couple of messages just from people online and stuff, just saying like, oh, like this is gonna really work out, like how do you know, and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, no, like just because I've got a bit of a following on social media, that is definitely no kind of prerequisite to something working. Like, I wouldn't say I was nervous though about it, but I wouldn't say that I was like, I'm not like 100% that it's gonna work, but like, I've got a gut feeling that it will, if that makes sense, sort of thing. And so when people are like, well, how do you know what to move from that style to that? You don't, you're just kind of going off of gut feeling at that point. And there is no right answer, which I know is like the worst, like most like cop-out answer, but it is the truth. So like, you guys are literally gonna follow me going from portraits to doing like my normal stuff to like a completely different style, and like I could literally bomb. Like it could literally all be over after this. I kind of said to myself, if this doesn't work, like I can't keep working how I was. So this kind of has to work. So you're going to be along for the ride, and that ride starts with tape. Oh, shit. Just spilt paint on my jumper. And this is not, oh, you filming? Yeah. No, it's just one of my favourite jumpers. Expensive enough that I don't want to have to replace it. Yeah, exactly, I might have to flick on it and just make it a thing. Well, that's the thing, I don't actually like being messy. It is, very much so. So basically at the moment I'm just trying to put some black in here. Weirdly, I feel like I enjoy this more than the actual portraits. I think it's more because I'm actually painting something that I would personally choose rather than a commission. But also I feel like, because I'm going to be adding flicks on at the end anyway, you want to get it fairly neat and tidy, but it will all kind of blend in with the look. I'm selling it to my audience, and my kind of audience is like a very cool, young professionals kind of crowd in my head. I'm from Essex, so I imagine my piece now kind of sitting, you've just had your kitchen done, you've just had your bathroom done, you've just had somewhere refurbished, it's all looking very nice, and you just want that nice final piece, which is a bit tongue in cheek, to finish it off. And this is that piece, that's kind of the the idea behind it. I think we'll find out pretty quickly how this goes down on social media. As soon as I post it, you either get people inquiring about it, which is always a good sign, or you won't. So yeah, that'll be the kind of real test.
You happy with that?
It's better than it was. Still not exactly straight, but I mean, yeah, we've got to do so many layers yet that I'm kind of not too worried. Right, now that that's off, I need that to dry. So what I'm going to do is get to the gym, get a little session in, and then we'll be back to paint, to start spray painting. So that's the exciting bit, and then we can go from there. But for now, that's me out of here. Right, I am ill AF, but we still got to get it done.
I felt your heavy breath through darkness. The smoke is getting close to my bed. I cannot make a sound. Empty.
You've got a big year ahead of you. Like, what's your goals for like next year?
I feel like 2024 is like go time. I think that for me, it's a big year in terms of the amount of people I want to reach and get to. And so for me, the ultimate goal is to get into a gallery called Maddox. That's always been like my favourite gallery and like kind of what I see as the pinnacle of the art world. And it's going to be a bit of a journey, but I think to get there, it's a case of increasing my presence across all social media. And so I feel like you're going to see me going hard, and I need you guys as well to support this channel and definitely like share it. Any of your art friends, like just if you could do me the best favour and just literally send it to them or recommend me, that would be amazing, just because I feel like 2024 is going to be a good year, especially with this new style as well. I just feel like it's got all the ingredients to really like take off. There's going to be a lot of high profile people that want these paintings, and I feel like you're going to be seeing a lot of celebrity drop-offs, a lot of important people, and hopefully working with some really, really cool brands, and going to some cool events and bits and pieces along the way, which has kind of been the case up until now, but I think it's a case of getting that consistency, and I think we'll get that where I'm able to produce more paintings. I've always said that social media is like my first and foremost, like I think you can get to your whole customer base through social media, but I think to really kind of establish yourself at the top tier, in my opinion, it would be to be in Maddox Gallery. In fact, speaking of which, actually, the CEO dropped me a comment on my latest video. I posted a reel of one of the Pussycat dolls taking my painting, which you can just see just up there. And he commented, which is amazing. So what I'm going to do, in fact, what I do now, I'm going to drop him a DM. Hopefully he's trying to set up some sort of meeting and pick his brains about how we can start steering our way into Maddox Gallery. I want to take my art to the next level and to get into a gallery like Maddox Gallery. So I thought, what better way to come and get some inspiration than literally come into the place that I'm trying to get into, and kind of, especially with my new style of artwork that's going to be coming out, I want to see the kinds of pieces and the way they frame it and like the setting and all that kind of stuff, because then I can then tailor the work that I'm doing to that. And I think as well, like the comment that I got from the CEO of Maddox the other day is almost giving me like more inspiration to like, one, show you guys where I'm trying to get to, but also for me to kind of take my artwork to the next level, to kind of see it in person. I kind of need that visual. But anyway, look, let's get in there and hopefully we can see what kind of filming we can get done in there, because I'm not sure if you're allowed to be doing it, but let's see what we get. Let's see what we can get whilst we're away from the assistants. Love the colours. Even like, you know, coming here as inspiration, it's like, you see the kind of scale that these kind of pieces are working on, do you know what I mean? Like, this is much bigger than what I do. Yeah, this is big art. This is all right, for sure.
Something is wrong with the way, and I don't know why.
Yeah, so this is the same size as the one that the Jaden is on. So it's actually good to see it in like, yeah, an actual space like that.
How do you get by?
So what would it mean for you to get
Big leagues, like for me, this would be like my Champions League, do you know what I mean? Like being in this type of gallery, selling amongst these types of artists, do you know what I mean? So yeah, like this is, do you know what I mean? Seeing it in real life as well, like almost gives you like an extra push, do you know what I mean? To like get to this kind of level.
Started hanging with a new crew, talking to my friends like that's something that I'm used to. I never cashed else, I just wanted him to lose you. Damn, puffing on the.
That was actually so good to go in there and actually see all the artists that I aspire and look up to were like literally all on the wall there. And so going in there, like I feel like it's given us like a new sense of like, I just want to be in that kind of place. So yeah, like that is wicked. And like even the size, it was so good to be able to see what that kind of size actually looks like on the walls of things. So like you would have seen my paintings that I did for Jaden, like they are literally 150 by 150, which is the kind of size which was on the wall in there. So I think we kind of work in those kind of dimensions going forward. But more importantly, we're off to one of the artists that actually made me start this whole journey. A girl called Sophie T. She has her own gallery on Carnaby Street. So I'm gonna head over there now and check out and get some more inspiration by going into her gallery. This is levels, having your own gallery on Carnaby Street. Too close.
These actually look amazing. Like I don't think that Instagram does it justice, like in terms of like the punches of colour and like, you know, visually seeing it in person is so much better. It's interesting like seeing these kind of smaller studies coming from like Maddox and seeing like obviously stuff in a much bigger scale, like I guess, you know, for your richer clients or whatever, they're going to be big houses. But there's also like a massive market for like these smaller pieces as well, do you know what I mean? And it looks like really cool like all together. Part, I mean, as a big follower of Sophie T, like this is where she's like trying to experiment a bit more with like different canvases and give like a different edge on kind of her nudes series or whatever. So that's why you're seeing all these coloured backgrounds and stuff, but it actually looks really cool. Again, the punches of colour that are coming through on the canvases look a lot better in real life than kind of online. So I'm thinking like 2024, like I want to be one of the biggest social media artists on Instagram, on YouTube, and that's my focus. So like I set myself a goal of 100,000 followers on Instagram, 100,000 followers on YouTube, and it's not so much about the actual number of followers, it's more like the progression that I'm able to reach more people, if that makes any kind of sense. And kind of hitting those numbers, that would make me one of the, I guess, best known artists in the country. So that is 2024 in a nutshell. Yeah. Coming to both Maddox and Sophie T's gallery has been like eye-opening and also very inspirational, and like I'm just excited now because like with my new style of artwork, seeing the kind of things that these artists are doing and kind of where they've got to, I can actually see my artwork being in amongst that quite easily. So I'm excited to like get going and start showing and start posting so that you guys can literally see what I'm talking and what is basically in here, if that makes sense. But this has been a big kind of food for thought and like a really helpful day in terms of like inspiration. So I'm going to take some of this back to the studio. As always, you know, it's a new channel, so you got to come and subscribe, like the channel, do all that kind of jazz, and I will see you in the next episode.